Recently I did an interview with the body snatcher, the legendary Mike McCollum, and he was talking about Gennady Golovkin. He was basically saying the guy's a good fighter. He's a really good fighter. But the thing is, he needs to do what the greats did and seek tougher opposition. He said that's what we did. That is what defines a great champion. Now, and it's totally understandable. Once again, Golovkin is a calculated fighter, and it makes sense that he chases after Canelo Alvarez. That is definitely an opponent that will propel Golovkin's career, no doubt about it, especially if he wins, which, people expect him to win. But the problem is, Canelo is making it more and more clear every day that he has no interest in that fight. Okay, and you have other fighters at the middleweight division that have no interest. I wanted to see Golovkin versus Danny Jacobs. That's not Golovkin's fault. Danny Jacobs didn't want that fight, right? And now we have Billy Joe Saunders, who now he's saying he does want the fight. So the point that I'm making is, if Golovkin were to wait around and fight these guys, let's say Joe Saunders, he steps up, and let's just say Golovkin, he beats him. But Danny Jacobs, he still doesn't want the fight. Canelo still doesn't want the fight. This is when you move up in a higher weight class and fight the best fighters at that weight class. So the point that I'm making is with Floyd, once again, Floyd, he moved up 5 different weight classes. Golovkin hasn't even moved up 1. Now, all of us would like to see a Mayweather versus a Golovkin fight. But the bottom line is, if Golovkin can't get this small welterweight in the ring with him, then why doesn't Golovkin follow the blueprint of Floyd Mayweather and move up in weight? Fight out of your comfort zone. Speaking of the comfort zone, there were some fans that were defending Golovkin in the Mike McCollum video in the comment section, and they were basically saying that Golovkin should stay at the middleweight division. There's no reason to move up. Why? Because he's a natural middleweight. And that is the exact point that I was making. You're a natural middleweight. So why don't you step out of your comfort zone and deal with some adversity? If you're a natural middleweight and you're way stronger than everyone in the division, you're not really dealing with any type of adversity. This is what Floyd Mayweather had to deal with his entire career. This is what a lot of fighters, Manny Pacquiao moving up in weight, a lot of fighters had to deal with fighting bigger fighters. This is what McCollum said in the interview. He said, when you move up in weight, he said, man, I had boxing ability, I had skill, I had defense, I could fight going backwards, fight going forward, etc., etc., etc. He was basically saying I didn't have to rely on my power. So for you fans to say that Floyd Mayweather should do something that you don't even want your own fighter Golovkin can do, you are contradicting yourself. You sit over here and you say Floyd Mayweather is so weak and he can't even crack an egg, he has no power, he can't knock out anyone. But then you have Gennady Golovkin who's knocking out everyone. He has the power. Why would you want the guy who you claim can't fucking crack an egg because he's so damn weak? Why would you want him to move up in weight and fight the middleweight champion after he done already moved up 5 weight classes? But the strong guy who's knocking out everyone, you don't want him to move up 1 weight class? How does that make sense? It doesn't make sense. And we all know what time it is. Some of you fans are not making Golovkin look good when you make statements like that. Because what you're basically saying in essence is Gennady Golovkin could never do what Floyd Mayweather has already done. He shouldn't move up because he's a natural middleweight. Wasn't Manny Pacquiao a natural bantamweight? Isn't Floyd Mayweather today still a natural junior welterweight? I mean, Floyd Mayweather could easily make lightweight and rehydrate back up to 146? Because that's what fighters all do today anyway. They rehydrate at least a good 10 pounds. Sugar Ray Leonard was a natural welterweight. The majority of greats were natural fighters at a certain weight class and moved up. Bernard Hopkins, he was a natural middleweight. Went all the way up to light heavyweight. So the bottom line is, I would love to see a Mayweather versus Gennady Golovkin fight. I really wish they were closer in weight. But I truly believe that if Floyd Mayweather was a natural 168-pounder like Andre Ward was when he was calling out Golovkin, I truly believe Golovkin would want no parts of Floyd Mayweather. But because Floyd Mayweather is a welterweight that often comes in the ring around 150 pounds, Golovkin is jumping at the idea to fight against the much smaller Floyd Mayweather. If you guys really think about it, Floyd Mayweather is a welterweight version of Andre Ward. So obviously that means Andre Ward is a super middleweight, or was a super middleweight version of Floyd Mayweather. And we've seen what happened when Andre Ward called out Gennady Golovkin. So regardless of who Floyd Mayweather faces, I truly believe that Floyd Mayweather will come back. I drive past the MGM Grand a couple days a week, and I can't help but notice they still have the huge banner of Floyd Mayweather draped across the building with the caption that reads, "Home of the Champion." Seeing that when we're in 2016 and Floyd hasn't fought since 2015, that just makes me believe that Floyd Mayweather is coming back so that he can get that number 50 on his resume. I don't know who it's going to be against, but I tell you right now, if I were Golovkin, I would go ahead, try to pursue this Canelo or Saunders fight, keep the money train rolling. And after that, if you want to be on the level of a Floyd Mayweather, if you're really trying to follow his blueprint on being so great at calculating and et cetera, then you, my friend, are going to have to step your game up and step out of your comfort zone and fight against tougher, bigger, stronger opponents so we can see how you deal with adversity. Conor McGregor, who recently just got upset and lost to Nate Diaz in the UFC, he said something that was very interesting because it corroborates with a lot of stuff that you guys hear me say on this channel. He said after he lost to Nate Diaz, because Conor McGregor was kind of like a Gennady Golovkin. He was a big, strong guy that was used to hitting people. And this is what he said in this, interview, his post-fight conference, actually. He said, I was used to just hitting guys and they drop. I just hit them and they drop, in the smaller weight classes. He said, but with Nate Diaz, I was hitting this guy with shots that would drop everyone, and Nate Diaz kept coming. So then, that's when Conor McGregor was forced to deal with adversity because he could no longer rely on his power. And this is why it is very, very imperative to see how Golovkin is going to deal with that type of adversity when he moves up in weight. That's all I got for now. I'm on to the next one.